Hey guys, so I wanted to show you guys a second pregnancy test that I did today because I have been getting quite a few comments on my first pregnancy test video as to, you know, the lines. I couldn't see two lines. You think you were seeing things kind of thing. I wasn't, and here's proof to show for it. There is definitely two lines there now. And that was today, midday urine, and yeah, so the levels are getting stronger, and I know it today. I have been feeling nauseated all day. Haven't actually been sick, but there's been a few times where I wish I could have. Still feeling kind of queasy right now, but you know, nothing I can't handle, and it's the only way that, you know, when you're first pregnant, that you know your baby is growing. You know, at this stage you can't hear a heartbeat, you can't feel a baby move, you're not showing nothing. So, you know, the only way for us to know whether our baby is growing and thriving is that we feel like crap. So I'm willing to take some crap for this little one to get strong and healthy. I spoke to my midwife today. She has faxed some papers over to the lab, so I don't have to go all the way out there to get them and come all the way back out here to Surrey. She's actually in Langley, which is about a half-an-hour drive. So I can just go straight to lab in the morning, which is awesome. And so I'm going to go do that before I go to work, and get that done. She and I had a very long talk, and you know, before I say this, I really don't want to be judged. I don't want to be you know, told that not to take no for an answer, yada yada yada, okay? Because I, for one, I know the benefits and the risks and everything of birth. So I know what I have come to my own decision based on my midwife's recommendations. We are going to be having an elective C-section. I asked her what her opinion on vaginal birth after 2 cesarean is, and she said, you know, it does happen. It can happen. And for a lot of women it does happen, but your circumstances, yes, both of your C-sections were circumstantial, but she feels that the circumstances of each of those cesareans was due to my body just does not, I can make babies, I make wonderful babies, but my body does not like to have babies. You know, I tried with my first. I had an over 30-hour labor with 2 hours of pushing, and in that 2 hours he did not budge. Okay, so you know, it's basically pushing a baby against a brick wall and wasting energy. You know, he was not coming. He would not have came. You know, yeah, some women need to push for longer, but you know what, if the baby is coming down with each push, then that's progress. I was not making any progress, so I was labeled failure to progress, and I had an emergency C-section with him. With Ella, I had another emergency C-section. I was, you know, I was attempting a VBAC. I was in labor again for 24 hours. Yeah, for over 24 hours. And, you know, again, the circumstances of the birth, my uterus was doing a lot of work, but it wasn't working effectively. And it wasn't, she was not engaging. She was not coming down with, and contractions are supposed to push the baby down. It wasn't, she was not coming down. Her head was not even in my pelvis. So, and that was not an induction. That was, you know, rupture of membranes at 38 weeks. And I had not started labor. Or even, like, I had a few contractions, but that's, like, you know, I had not even started effective labor. And so we went to the hospital, and they did start oxytocin, gave me a small tiny bit to see if they could get my labor started, which it did start. And although we tried, it didn't work, and she ended up in emergency C-section as well. So I asked her, like I said, what she thought about me trying again, and she said, you know, Amanda, I love you, and you know I would never lie to you. You know I always keep your health and your children's health in my best, you know, I would never ever lie to you, and I would never tell you anything but what you need to hear. And she said, your chances are very minimal. And she said, you know, you're delivering in the hospital, and you are not going to find an obstetrician in Surrey that will allow you to try for a VBAC. She said, you know, it's not going to happen, and I'm really, she apologized. She said, I'm so sorry. I know your dreams. I know your hopes. I know your fears. But she said, you know, there comes a time where you have to realize that we can't, why continue to be a dead horse, in other words. You know, you had two good tries at having natural births, and both of them failed. So chances are that this one's gonna fail, you know, it is higher. So, you know, she said, but, you know, it's up to you. And I said, you know what, I think you've said enough to convince me. And, you know, I talked it over with Dean. He feels the same way. So we are going to have an elective C-section. And, you know, it's not that I don't feel that it can happen, because I, for one, know it does happen and can happen. You know, I have done a lot of research, I have seen a lot of videos, I have been to a lot of conferences for being a doula, and I know that it is very possible to have a vaginal birth after C-section, but that is if you have, you know, all your eggs are placed in the right basket for a vaginal birth, and you know, mine aren't. My body just does not like it. So, c'est la vie. I'm not gonna argue with my body. I've tried arguing with my body and I lost. So, we're going to have a C-section. And you know, that I thought about it, and it doesn't make me any less of a mom. It doesn't make my baby's birth any less special because I had a vaginal birth, or because I had a cesarean versus a vaginal birth. It doesn't make me any less of a woman. And I think a lot of the birth community, not all of it, but a lot of it, there are a lot of people out there that almost make you feel as if, you know, you've given up. And I mean, saying, I don't know how you could try, you know, schedule a C-section, because, you know, you're not even giving yourself a chance to try, and you're putting yourself in so much risk, and yada yada yada. You know, I do know the risk, but I also do know the risk when there's problems, and I don't want to put myself into that. I've got 2 children, and like I said, I know the risk of having a second C-section, or sorry, a third C-section. I know that, but I also know how to take care of my body. And I also have the choice of which OB. I can ask my midwife, which I can tell her, actually, you know, I really like this OB. I'd like to be referred to her to perform the C-section. And she will. So, yeah, we're going to have a C-section, and it's probably, you know, my experience with scheduled C-sections, they usually like to schedule it about 1 to 2 weeks before your estimated due date, to minimize your chances of going into labor. So that would mean I would probably be having the baby either at the end of September or the beginning of October, which is fine. That's fine by me. And you know, I'm gonna know when my baby's gonna be coming. I can plan better, you know. It's just the way it is, and that's gonna happen, and I can't argue with it, because my body and my birth professional midwife says that this is what's going to have to happen, so that's what's going to have to happen. So that being said, let's move on. I need to say those things, because not that I feel that I need to convince myself, but because I don't want to be looked down upon for having a C-section or planning a C-section. With what my background as well as being a doula, you know. Anyhow.
Mommy, I'm gonna get some fish crackers, Mommy.
You want some fish crackers?
Yeah. Can I get some?
Do you know where they are?
Yeah.
Is that them on top of the freezer?
Yeah. Can I get some?
Are they in there? Shake the box. Shake the box. Yeah, they're in there. Okay, you can take them to your room and, or take them and go watch TV.
Okay.
You share them with Ella, okay?
Okay. I don't eat them.
Look at them, they're so cute. I love them, and I can't wait to have a third one. Oh! I kind of hope that this is a boy. But anyway, so yeah. Also, if you guys could please check out my husband's channel. His name is DinoMac24, or you can just type in the search bar the Crazy Dad channel. He has got quite a bit of really good videos and some useful information and what have you. So yeah, give him a check out, and you know, tell him I sent you. And yeah, hope you all are doing well. And like I said, I just wanted to vent and get that off my chest. And you know, thanks for listening if you have listened through this whole video. And yeah, and I can't wait to go through this journey with you all. Alright, we'll talk to you later. Bye for now.
Hey YouTube, it's the Crazy Dad here, aka DinoMac24, and introducing Yes. My spokesperson. So, okay, you guys. Ella, shh. Alright, so, introducing, new at the Crazy Dad channel, official Crazy Dad merchandise. First we have the Crazy Dad pen, Crazy Dad channel pen. I don't know if you can see that too well. It's Crazy Time. It's got my YouTube address, and of course the Crazy Dad channel logo. Well, that's not it though. It gets better. Whoops. You alright?
Yes.
Are you okay? Come here.
I told you it's crazy here. The official Crazy Dad channel t-shirt, along with YouTube address. Both of which I got for free from, well, not for free, I had to pay shipping and handling, but that was like $10 from Vistaprints. So thank you, Vistaprints. You guys are awesome. You can get, you know, different designs and stuff.
You got don't play something.
Okay. Go that way.
Can I sit on this?
Yeah, that's one down. At least she's being quiet now. So yeah, I think this is completely awesome. I think everybody on YouTube should get their own merchandise. Even came with a 25% off my next purchase. And sorry, I lost my train of thought here. Yeah, so I think it's awesome. I mean, it's cheesy, but I think it's kind of a cool way to promote your channel and stuff. So if you want more information, leave a comment down below, and don't forget to rate and subscribe the videos, and we will talk to you guys soon.
And don't play dummy games this time.
See you guys later.
And don't play dummy games. Bye. And don't play zombie games.
All right.
Bye.